Yes.
Welcome,
Okay. Thank
Dharshani.
you. So, good evening, everyone. And have you ever noticed how some people and organizations seems to thrive in chaos while others collapse at the first sign of change? Think about it. In the last few years, we have seen pandemics, digital revolutions, AI taking over industries, and even consumer behavior changing overnight. So, what separates those who survive from those who succeed? The answer is the strategic agility, the rare skill of staying steady in vision but flexible in approach. Today, we are going to deep dive into the strategic agility in a in a changing world. So let's begin by acknowledging the world we are in today. It's not the same one we grew up in, and we call it the BUCA world, which elaborates to volatile, that means things change faster than ever, uncertain, we can't predict what is going to happen next, complex, multiple factors affect every decision, and ambiguous, the meaning of events is always isn't it always clear. Let's take a simple example. 5 years ago, who thought remote work become normal, or that AI would write articles, design logos, and even analyze data? In such environment, the old way of doing business, that is, your long planning cycles, rigid structures, fixed roles simply don't work. To survive here, you need two things. One, a clear strategic direction and the agility to adjust your path when the landscape changes. That flexibility is that what we call the strategic agility. Okay, now let's define it very simply. Strategic agility is the capability to sense changes early, respond rapidly, and transform continuously without losing sight of your larger purpose. Simply said, to have the foresight of what is going to come. It's not just about reacting quickly, it's about thinking while acting flexibly. Think it of like sailing. You know your destination, and that's your strategy. But you adjust your sails according to the wind, that is your agility. If you try to sail straight through the storm, you shall sink. But if you adjust intelligently, you still reach the destination, maybe even faster. So, strategic agility is that balance between direction and adaptation. Let's take one of my favorite examples, Netflix versus Blockbuster. In the early 2000s, Blockbuster was a household name that had over 9,000 stores and billions in revenue. Then came the Netflix, a tiny company mailing DVDs, right? So why Netflix? When Netflix proposed a partnership, Blockbuster laughed at them. Why? Because they thought their strategy was unbeatable. But Netflix had not, something else, that is your agility. They observed the changing technology, faster internet, and shifting consumer habits. People wanted convenience and on demand content. Netflix pivoted from DVDs to streaming, then to producing their own shows like House of Cards and Stranger Things. Blockbuster, meanwhile, stuck to its old model, and within few years it was gone. The lesson: strategy without agility is rigidity, and agility without strategy is chaos. You need both. Let's talk about the mindset behind strategic agility. Agility begins not in processes but in thinking. It's about how we interpret change. While most people see change as a threat, agile leaders see it as a data. They ask, what is this trying to tell me? What opportunity hides inside this disruption? Or how can we learn from this faster than others? A very simple example, pandemic hit, but still everybody saw that even our businesses can run online. That's the best example. An agile mindset is built on three beliefs. Change is constant, so don't fight every mistake as a feedback. Collaboration is power. Agility thrives in connected teams, not solo efforts. So if you're leading a team or a business, create an environment where people feel safe to experiment and fail. Because the faster your team learns, the faster your organization adapts. Now, let's understand the three pillars of strategic agility. Basically, to master strategic agility, you need to strengthen the three foundational pillars. First is your strategic sensitivity. This is your radar, which means it's your ability to detect weak signals, small trends that indicate big changes ahead. But how do you do that? You must track competitors, read widely, and encourage your team to share observations. Second is resource fluidity. So, rigid system skills, agility, you must be able to move people, time, and resources quickly where they matter the most. If an opportunity appears, you should be able to act it within days, but not months. Last but not the least, your leadership unity. Agility fails when leadership teams are divided. You need leaders who aligns on purpose, communicates openly, and act consistently. When your leadership is synchronized, your organization moves like one body, not many parts. Now, a quick reflection. You can note your answers or just think through them, just to check how agile are you. Ask yourself, when plan changes suddenly, do I adapt easily or resist it? Just think for yourself. You can take a pause and think for yourself. Do I review my strategy regularly or only when something goes wrong? Do I invest time in learning about new trends and disruptions? If your honest answer shows resistance, that's your growth area. Remember, awareness is the first step towards agility. Now, let's move to the practical part, the tools and the framework that make agility an actionable thing to do. The Huda loop. It stands for observe, orient, decide, and act, which is OODA loop. That is observe, orient, decide, and act. Originally developed for fighter pilots, it helps you make faster decisions even under pressure. The faster you complete the loop, the more agile you become. Second is scenario planning. Instead of relying on one future, create three or four possible futures. Ask yourself, what if demand doubles? What if AI replaces my servers? What if new regulations come or new regulations arrive? When any of these happen, you are ready but not surprised. Then comes your feedback loops. Set mechanisms to get real feedback from customers, employees, and data. Agility thrives on truth, not assumptions. Mini strategy sprints. Don't wait for the quarterly reviews. Have monthly mini strategy meeting to reassess your priorities and keeps your plans very flexible but not fixed. Last but not the least, learning systems. Encouraging micro learning, short, regular learning bursts instead of long workshops. When learning becomes part of your culture, agility flows naturally. Let's take one of the best examples, the Tata's Group adaptive leadership. Tata Group is a brilliant Indian example of strategic agility. They have over 100 companies industries from steel to IT to hospitality. Yet they have remained relevant for over a century. But how? Through strategic agility. That means when digital transformation began, Tata consultancy services didn't resist remote work. During pandemic, they moved 90% of employees to remote mode within weeks. Tata Motors launched online car booking and Tata Steel pivoted operations with digital tracking system. They don't cling in the purpose. Their agility is rooted in three things: strong values, customer focus, and fearless experimentation. Now, let's make it personal. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine your business, career, or life 2 years from now. Now imagine that something unexpected happens. Maybe a new technology changes the industry, is your industry. Maybe your biggest client leaves, or maybe a new. What is your first reaction? Did you panic or did you pivot? Now, whoever is watching this right now live with me and who will be watching this later, pause this video there. Now take a notebook and write down one area of your work that would be affected the most, one action you could take within 24 hours to adapt. And that's your agility plan. Keep it where you can see it because agility starts with awareness, not reaction. Right? So let's summarize what we have learned today. I think I've given you a whole lot of information, but still just breaking down into points. First, strategic agility is sensing, responding, and transforming. The world is changing. Speed and flexibility win over perfection. Building a new learning culture where feedback and reflections are regular. Using tools like Huda, Loop, and scenario planning to stay prepared. Remember, agility is not chaos, it's a disciplined adaptability. Now, strategic agility is not just about predicting future, it's about being ready for it. Leaders who can adapt with clarity and confidence will always stay ahead of the curve. I use this. From today, stop chasing certainty, start building capacity. Stay curious, stay open, stay agile. So that is it for today. See, even if you take up, regular or real life examples, today, we pandemic hit, but still our things move on because we are. That's when we saw the importance of using your online medium or online platforms to sit and work. Again, it's also your design thinking which works in place along with your agile process. So with that being said, yes, I think I've given you the reflection activity which you can do. So it's always you need to be ready to be adaptable. Question and answers. Rajvin, good evening. I don't know, somehow I like to keep my sessions very interactive. It's not just about me talking. It's not that. Anyways. Yes,
Hey,
Rajvin, any questions?
no, I would like to congratulate you for every Monday session because you
Thank you.
bring so much joy and light for me. You bring so much joy and light for every trainers here, including myself. Uh, Today, agility mindset.
I think best part of this profession is that you can bring smiles every day like this.
Yeah, today and so and that's why like that's why I like that's why I like my profession because laughter is the best medicine and the best trainer to be is uh to deal with some to do your own podcast and to advocate for and to spread joy and happiness. Regarding the agility is, I think the agility is like you're talking about being able to strengthen yourself, being able to have mental agility means mental toughness. I would rather say toughness and strength to deal with the tough times. So yeah, so one of the ways that I observe throughout this talk and every of your talk is resilience and cooperation and be the best you can be. I would say I would like to be the best I can be without people telling me, people taking away my laughter or taking away my smile. That's what I would. And then when the in order for the best mental agility is to be yourself and don't let other people take away your smile. Of course, it's hard for me sometimes because uh, uh, mental agility requires self-control. Self-control uh, against my emotions. Now, because I certainly do not like, do not prefer. I said I'm okay to be around negative people, but when it happens over and over again, I cannot, like, if it happens on a weekly basis, I cannot surround myself. I, I then, I then find ways to be calm around that negative person. Yeah. So that's mental agility. Being able to adapt to every situation with a smile and without, uh, of course, you need to express your feelings because feelings, emotion creates emotion. Because you need to have a strong sense of expression in order to be someone who has a strong mental agility. So, being able to be calm in front of negative people, despite you telling them over and over again, it is the one of the strength. And it's also gratitude and it's also prayer. I don't know what you think about this. Am I doing the right thing? And
Yes, you are.
And also, I think people put in the fear, self blame also blocks mental agility. That's why laughter, laughter, meditation, quietness from the environment, and happy thoughts uh, are working for me slowly but surely. I mean, after what I went through after my illness, it's coming slowly but surely. It takes a while. It doesn't happen overnight. Nah. Plus, I was without my chamomile. I think that makes. I try to have a chamomile tea break to strengthen my mental agility. So, but I couldn't. But yeah, I had a lot of expressions of feelings. When you express your feelings, meaning that the toxic comes out of you, and then you tend to forget about it. For me, I tend to forget about it, but if someone opens it, I tend to get it back. So, strength, resilience is the best. A resilience prayer, laughter, hypnosis is the best. And talking about it is the best therapy anyone can have. Thank you.
Thank you, Rajan.
Do you
Shabana ma'am, over to you.
you have any
Yes,
suggestions?
yes, Rajan.
Yeah, do you
I
have any?
think you said the right things, actually speaking. So yes, we need to
No,
keep
but
working towards it.
no, but sometimes the fear of opinions of others blocks the mental agility. No? So
True.
my question is, you you uh good thing you're talking about mental agility, but how to overcome the fear of people, even though you're doing so well, people's words can actually break the mental agility. For me, I can say that it it gives me not anxiety attacks, but nervousness attacks. It's like when your heart is like beating fast, and you're already recovering from the illness, and someone comes and tells you, "Oh, you can't do this." Automatically, you have a brain fog. It's not panic attack. People say, shouting is you have panic attack, but shouting is like shouting or expressing the feelings is the best form of mental agility, other than writing it down sometimes. So, what do you think about this?
See, one is you have to be, many of the things is not in our control. So the things which is not in our control, we have to just leave it as it is, but be prepared as to what is going to happen. That's the only answer I can, we can say, because different cities, different countries, different cultures, different economic conditions, lot of conditions is there, factors is comes into play.
Yeah, a lot of factors come into play. Yeah, you're right. Especially environment and that kind of thing. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank
everyone.
you, Rajvin, for sharing. And it was really meaningful. So that was really thank you for creating this. And so with that, we can wrap the session and we'll see you again tomorrow.